Good Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for this cloudy and cool Tuesday, the 9th of September 2014. It's a chilly and rather raw start to this Tuesday with lots of low clouds, overcast conditions across the entire region, light northeasterly winds across the region coming in from high pressure off the coast, and a weak storm system off the North Carolina coast. This is providing us with a northeast onshore flow, a cool marine layer in place. Temperatures this morning ranging anywhere from the mid-50s in the Hudson River Valley region into interior Connecticut, right around 60 on the southern shores of Connecticut and also the northern shores of Long Island. Temperatures closer to the upper 50s across northeastern Pennsylvania and the Poconos, and also in parts of northwestern New Jersey. Everybody else generally in the upper 50s to low and mid-60s across the region. Morning pass of the visible satellite imagery this morning shows the low clouds across the region, across the Hudson River Valley into northwestern New Jersey, all the way down to Philadelphia. Here's our diffuse area of low pressure off the Carolina coast, and actually over the interior of the Piedmont here off the North Carolina coast. And this will keep a northeast wind in check for today, and some very light rain across the southern zones of the Delmarva in southern New Jersey, although we have not reported any liquid precipitation reaching the ground just yet. Water vapor imagery this morning shows the blacks, which is generally drying in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, sinking air. We have a northeast wind, and here's our diffuse area of lifting here across the Carolinas and portions of the interior of the Virginias into the Delmarva region. Most of this will stay to our south and east offshore during today. The latest radar mosaic shows the area of precipitation expanding and continuing off the Virginia and North Carolina coast, and this will probably be the case for today. We could find a little bit of spotty rain or drizzle portions of the southern Delmarva region, even the southern very tip of New Jersey here during today, but most of it will just be cloud cover and a raw northeast wind with below seasonal temperatures. Land, sea, and air advisories. We do have a couple of these. We have small craft advisories, and also in the darker greens here we have a coastal flood advisory until 1 a.m. on Wednesday, and this is for locations along the New Jersey and Delaware coast. Coastal flooding, minor tidal flooding will be spotty for this morning's high tide, more widespread as this high tide increases during this evening. The morning high tide along the ocean front will be around 8 this morning, and the high tide this evening also around 8 p.m. The back bays have a high tide a few hours later. Coastal flood advisory indicates that minor tidal flooding is anticipated. Some minor tidal flooding often occurs in some road closures. Usually the most vulnerable roadways will flood. Do not leave your vehicle at a location that is prone to tidal flooding, and do not drive your vehicle through flood waters. Also for the New York waters, a coastal flood advisory until 10 a.m. this morning. A high rip current risk remains in effect through this evening. Coastal flood advisory in effect until 6 p.m. this evening, again to 2 a.m. on Wednesday. Location South Shore, back bays of western Long Island and the Atlantic-facing beaches. Surf height between 5 to 7 feet. Rip current risk is high. Tidal departures of 1/2 to 1 foot. High tide cycles today and possibly subsequent high tide cycles tonight will include this in the forecast for coastal flood advisories. Meanwhile, on the ocean fronts, we have small craft advisories in effect until noon on Wednesday for northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, and seas 5 to 8 feet. And for the New York waters from Sandy Hook out to Montauk Point, we also have small craft advisories until 6 p.m. on Wednesday for northeast winds at 10 to 20 knots, gust up to 30 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet. And the latest pollen forecast from pollen.com. It's in the medium side today. It will be a little bit lower on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The quantity of pollen grains in the air for Wednesday will be falling in the moderate range, and the cause of the falling pollen is rising humidity and some light precipitation expected in the morning and evening, which tends to wash pollen out of the air. And the major predominant pollens are ragweed, grasses, and once again chenopod's. On the aviation weather deck today, right now, we have basically mostly VFR conditions across the terminals, not as bad as one would indicate earlier. We'll have an increase of east to northeast winds today at speeds between 5 to 10 knots inland and 10 to 15 knots across southern New Jersey and the Delmarva. Improvement back to VFR expected in most areas during this afternoon, and then the guidance slowing to lowering conditions once again by tonight. On Wednesday, low clouds and MVFR ceilings may linger into Wednesday morning early, then especially near the coast, and then ceilings improving to VFR Wednesday afternoon. VFR in Wednesday evening's forecast, low clouds and fog may develop again overnight. Thursday and Thursday night, showers and thunderstorms likely in the afternoon as Reading and Allentown. This activity will hold off further east until at least Thursday evening. And then overnight, when a cold front moves through, the frontal passage will be marked by a wind shift from the south to the northwest. Friday and Friday night, VFR conditions, and then sub-VFR conditions again on Saturday with the chances of showers or light rain conditions. Right now, outside of Newark, New Jersey, it's 63, dew point 56, humidity 78. The wind is northeast at 10. It's a raw, chilly start this morning. A few clouds at 3,500 and 5,000 feet, VFR in place. Philadelphia International, 69, dew point 58, humidity 68. The wind is northeast at 12. A few clouds at 3,700 and also 4,500 with VFR conditions in place. And the graphical tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. We have a disturbed area of weather, about a 60% chance of this forming in the next 5 days, and this is an area of low pressure about a few hundred miles south of the Cape Verde Islands, continues to produce disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are still forecasted to be conducive for gradual development of this disturbance during the next several days while it moves to the west-northwest at about 15 miles per hour. Chances of this becoming anything in the next 48 hours is about 30%, and within the next 5 days, high at about 60%. NAMWRF composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows a lot of the low clouds around the area today. A few spotty rain showers right along the immediate coast, especially around southern New Jersey and the Delmarva, not really amounting to much as that area of low pressure still remains along the coastal plain and then heads gradually out to sea during the next 24 to 48 hours. And that means lots of low clouds around the region, a raw northeast wind, and temperatures in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s across the region, which is slightly below normal. Average high temperatures for this time of the year are in the upper 70s to around 80. And we'll break out for some sunshine on Wednesday afternoon, especially over interior sections. Still chilly with a northeast wind becoming south during the afternoon. Temperatures running in the mid and upper 70s, closer to near normal. And then the clouds increase once again, and then cold front and upper low moves through Hudson's Bay, the cold front dragging through the region probably by Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. This front will get closer to the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area by Thursday night with the chances for rain showers and even a thunderstorm. And then a cooler high pressure system moving in once again for Friday into the early part of the weekend, maintaining a northeast flow and chilly temperatures. Latest GFS model guidance from the Next Lab generation, which is Next Generation Weather Lab from the College of DuPage. Here's our low clouds and stratus northeast flow around the region during today, keeping temperatures much cooler than average, and the low moves off the mid-Atlantic coast states of the Delmarva here, and then further out to sea. Here comes another area of low pressure towards the Great Lakes region, then entering into the St. Lawrence River Valley of southeastern Canada. Most of the energy associated with this will be to our north and east, but a cold front will be approaching from the west with this probably during the morning on Thursday, passing through the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area Thursday night. There could be some showers and even a thunderstorm around the region, being enhanced over northeastern New Jersey and the lower Hudson Valley as the cold front makes its way through. We're expecting this front to stall across the southern regions during Saturday morning, and as a result of that, high pressure will be building in across the region on Friday night and Saturday, keeping us mostly dry. Could be some more clouds and showers with another wave developing on the old frontal boundary to our south that might affect the southern portions of the Delmarva and graze the southern New Jersey coastline with precipitation on Saturday morning, and just a lot more cloud cover around and a few rain showers around the coast, and even a period of wet weather around New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon before the system moves off the coast, dragging another cold front through, high pressure building in across the reaches of southeastern Canada, the mid-Atlantic coast states with an onshore flow, keeping temperatures in the 60s and 70s with a chilly marine air mass in effect for late next weekend into the early part of next week. So that's it for this Tuesday, and enjoy it. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. We'll be back bright and early again on Wednesday morning.